It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports.
And we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry.
It's the New York Jets and the New England Patriots under the lights on Monday night.
From a venue that's been sold out since it opened back in 2002, there's a look at the home of the Patriots, Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Tonight, we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup between the New York Jets and the New England Patriots. And hi again, everybody. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that could have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. So here come the Patriots to take over on offense. Leading them out, the second-year man from Alabama, Mac Jones.
Mac Jones absolutely believed in himself coming out of high school. Went to Alabama despite the fact there are many high-profile quarterbacks already on the roster and blossomed into a Heisman Trophy candidate in his final season with 41 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions. Steady, consistent as a passer, doesn't have the biggest cannon for an arm, but can stretch the field and lay those passes in on the deep ball.
They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he's got room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, and this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because you know all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him, or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique. And
the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. There's a nice move. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Harris running straight ahead. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 51 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Now it's 2nd and 9. Throwing Jones. Open receiver here, complete. It's Parker. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Now Jones. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not give it up 6.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory?
Parker's got it. Touchdown, New England. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Patriots put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by a man who upset the AFC champs in his first career start last year during the regular season. Out of Western Kentucky, here's Mike White.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They are sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter, as they've got it 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, it's White. Wilson's got it complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. White. He finds Corey Davis, and he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The end result, 21 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. White looks to throw. He gets it underneath to Hall. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and
ball has it knocked loose, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. On 3rd down, here's Stevenson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Here's Jones on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
It gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. And to the 49-yard line, but no further, and obviously he is well short of the first. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop it well short.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Jets taking over again. Breece Hall making his way out with the offense. And Charles, he's a rookie. He's put it on the ground once. Maybe defensively now they're saying, okay, we can get this young buck to cough it up 2-3 times. He's got to be careful here.
Yeah, they do tend to zero in on the young runners because once one comes out, as you noted, you think there's an opportunity.
And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now White. Caught. It's Wilson. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
It's showtime, baby. Let us get to it.
Throwing on first down, Jones. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Jones. Oh, he was looking for Parker, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Jet touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick-6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick-6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
Zerline good with a PAT. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Oh, the return, Marcus Jones from the end zone. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our downtown Orlando studios in this EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, let's take a look at the next-gen stats from that first half for the Jets. And there's not much to speak of in terms of passing efficiency, but in a tie game, they know a few tweaks could make a big difference going forward. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, we get a look at their numbers on the ground in that first half, as they'll be looking to rev things up here in a tie ball game. Our two teams making their final preparations for the second half. And as they do, we send it back out to Foxborough, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. And the Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Off play action, here's White. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Carl Davis breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play action fade.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Another try after the first down sack. White. Open man here is Conklin. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards. Here's White. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
But it's not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. It's Stevenson with a run to begin the drive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson. Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Jones. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
Here's Barrett. Now a hit and a loose football. Inside the 20. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and a Patriot touchdown. extra point is full. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And New York set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's White. Throw, and he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Patriots. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Jones, following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. John Franklin Myers, the one in there to drop him. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this third quarter of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. We get set for the fourth quarter. Patriots have the lead. They also have the football. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there, as that's batted down and incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. So out now come the Jets. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills.
The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down the defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
Straight ahead, it's Stevenson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they look for that final touchdown to salt this one away. They'll try to run with Harris. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Damian Harris taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Patriots have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Now Folk for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was Damian Harris who finished things off with a touchdown run. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. So the Jets now down by 2 touchdowns. And time, a huge factor. Their offense has struggled all night, and now they need to find 2 scores late to try to pull this thing out. On 1st down, it's White. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
This offense has had its troubles moving the ball all night. So now you get in this situation, hard to imagine that suddenly they're going to start clicking and moving the ball downfield.
On 2nd and 10, White. That's caught by Wilson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. To throw, White. And that is incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Gets this to Moore. He's got the 1st down and more than that. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now White. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Back to the air on 2nd down. White. He dumps this one off here to Hall. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They'll look to throw again. And this is going to be incomplete.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments. And anytime you get a
chance to tackle someone in bounds, get him on the ground.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Patriots are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
So many times we end the game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. New England trying to get a place on offense. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. The Patriots send out their punter. He'll boot it away from about his 35. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. New York set to take the field. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this 2nd half. And check down, complete to Hall. And this is not going to be what they needed. They get a few here, but now 3rd down as the clock runs. There's Hall bringing in another one. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the 2nd half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a 2nd half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.